enterprising scholars from world-class universities and from areas from Gilgit-Baltistan to Punjab and FATA and all over Pakistan. I think it's really a great initiative taken by Ahsan Iqbal under the umbrella of Uran, Pakistan. I'm sure as you will go through these weeks and months to learn and understand the pulls and pushes of governance, gaps you will find, and efficiency and laziness you will observe in various departments, ministries and institutions will be a great learning curve for you. And I'm sure before you join your great universities and institutions, we'll have another session so that I can sit down and listen to your very fact of matter analysis, feedback, and which will be very, very helpful for me and my colleagues to further improve our system of governance. It's now about 15 to 16 months that we are in charge of federal government. And when we took over, Pakistan had just come out of a very serious threat of default. It was the month of June 2023. I was in Paris and our fate was hanging in the balance. Overwhelming majority was of the view that we are going to, God forbid, default on our payments, our sovereign commitments, and minority was of the view that we'll probably escape this disaster. And if you ask me, until I had met managing director of IMF in Paris, I was not sure. I was sure that we will not default, but I didn't know that we will be able to achieve a program in this short span of time. As luck would have it, we were able to avoid default after my marathon discussion with Managing Director IMF. I was then the Prime Minister of PDM government. Fast forward, we were again here in Islamabad and I took oath on 4th of March last year. At that point, our economy was in a bad shape. We were all observing galloping inflation, touching 38%. Our policy rate was about 22.5%. And our business atmosphere was at best very skeptical. FDIs were remote and foreign remittances were at best average in comparison to the previous years. And we took upon ourselves this onerous responsibility, huge burden that we will march in unison, work with sincerity of purpose, seriously, and then leave things to Allah Almighty. Fast forward, as luck would have it, our teamwork, joint efforts, paid dividends, and as we are sitting in this hall, our policy rate has come down from 22.5% to 11%. So there is a great space that policy rate will come down, which will result in what? People will withdraw their deposits, sums of monies from the banks, and invest in areas where they will get higher returns than what they are getting from the banks at this point in time. Uran Pakistan program has taken off, and it took months to finalize this program. And I think I personally chaired a number of meetings with experts, politicians, bureaucrats, and finally were able to conceive this Uran Pakistan, under whose umbrella we're all sitting here. You as very enterprising young interns, I as a servant of the people of Pakistan, and of course ministers and bureaucrats and experts. We set out on a roadmap which was very challenging, and it is still very challenging. Reforms, long overdue reforms, structural changes which had not taken place for decades, or business as usual. That is not with me, and that is not with Nawaz Sharif. Pakistan had to undertake these long overdue, deep structural changes if we had to find our lost place in the community of nations through hard and untiring efforts. So, I'll give you a couple of examples. Federal Board of Revenue is the agency which is like our tax collector. Import duties, income tax, land revenues, etc. All tax revenues are collected by Federal Board of Revenue. 16 months down the line, I have chaired these reform package every week, literally every week. Sat down with FBR chairman, officials, and to start with, we threw out the most corrupt lot in FBR. And you know, in this country, जब इस तरह की चेंज अभी होती भी नहीं है, तो सिफारिशें पूरे मुल्क से आती हैं. So I knew that if I have to weed out undesirable element from FBR, I should be mentally prepared to face telephone calls, meetings, safarish from left and right. कि ये ना करें, ये इसको रहने दें, उसको कर दें फलां. So I was absolutely clear in my mind. We got their lowdowns, credible lowdown from agencies, and then took decisions which were never taken before. Officers ranging from grade 22 to grade 20 were sent home without any delay, and knowing my little humble reputation from Punjab, बहुत कम सिफारिशें आई. They knew that I will not entertain these sifarishes from all over the country. Then there was all pep talk of digitalization of FBR. It was all on papers. No actual step was taken in reality, except just first few steps, and that too through the support of World Bank and other agencies. Pakistan's own resources were hardly used.